All right, so it's time to start. It's all about Vialon webinar. It's a periodic webinar, and you can watch that webinar once a month, 12 to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Today's webinar topic is email reports. Our plan today. First, we will discuss how you can actually schedule reports and the most standard intervals for scheduling the reports, daily reports, weekly reports, and monthly reports. Of course, you can do more than that, but we will focus on these three. Then we'll discuss what are the different ways to send the report to your customer's email. Will they see some file with the report, like PDF, Excel, HTML file, or will they prefer to see the archive, like zipped file, or would they prefer to see the link that will lead them to report, and then they will be able to download that report, okay? And in the end, we'll discuss how you can customize the email template. Okay, so even if it's not clear for you now, bear with me and you'll understand what exactly it is later on, okay? So let's start. We will discuss a theoretical way, right, how to set up their schedule reports. But I understand that later on you want to learn more about how to do that and to see a real example. So here I'm sharing the credentials of the user and the password of the user. So you can see it on the left part of the slide. And of course the login, us.hosting.vialon.com. So by following this link and entering that username and password, you'll be able to enter the trial account and see how exactly you can schedule reports with your own eyes. Don't try to log in right now. Let's stay with me, focused on the presentation, because I intentionally changed that username and password, and I will change it back to the correct one right after the presentation. So schedule reports, let's start. It's right here in the platform. The first step would be to check which reports you have, in which account, in which resource you have those reports. So on that slide, you see next to the new button, I'm looking at the reports that belong to the account that is called email reports. That's actually the name of the account. Right? And here I have two reports, trips and parking and driving behavior. So these are the two reports that I want to send my customers on a schedule. Now, when I know that, I need to switch to the next step, which is called jobs. When I do that, I see we already have 3 examples of jobs in that account, but I want to create a new one with you. So I press the button, new. And the first step is to select a specific resource, right? You may not have that window at all. If you have access to one resource only, you will not see that window of the properties. And if you're logged in as a top user or admin user, you will see multiple different resources. So remember the previous step when we looked at the reports? We figured out we want to work with the reports in email reports account, in email reports resource. And that's why I want to create the job that will allow me to schedule that report in the same resource. In other words, job and report should be created in the same resource. Next slide shows us that I need to select the right job type, which is the third from the top, and it's called send a report by email. Next step is to select the report that you want to schedule. So you need to select one report at one time, right? So separate job for each report that you want to schedule. And then you can select their format, file format, very straightforward choice of HTML, PDF, Excel, XML, or CSV. You can choose more than one. You can choose, for example, PDF and Excel. In this case, your customer will receive the same report in 2 different formats. Now I'm skipping some of these properties intentionally, but I want to pay attention that of course you need to indicate the recipient, right? So that will be one or multiple emails of those customers who should receive that report. Next window here, we need to select certain units or unit groups. Now it's very important that you remember that reports can be different. Two main different types of the reports are unit group reports and units. In my case, the report is unit group report. And unit group report can show you the data for one specific unit or for the whole group of units. So here you need to select group of unit, most likely, right? But if you prefer to have the data for example, GNX US and Bus 1 Florida unit in two different files, then you would select these two different units, right? If you select the group, you will see the data for the whole group of units in one file, in one report. Next step, it's actually the result of our work. We'll have the job created. I skipped a couple of steps here because right now it's time to talk how the daily report, daily job different from weekly, and how weekly is different from monthly and daily. So how exactly you will be able to set up the job so that it sends you the report on a particular schedule. Let's look at it. So this slide is focusing on the daily report. There are multiple ways to set it up. Let's focus on one of the simplest one. So here we focus on the intro of time and we select one previous day. So on the right side, we focus on execution schedule. We need to select certain time when exactly the customer will receive the report. So here I define the time 8 a.m. in the morning. Every morning at 8 a.m. I want to get the report for the previous day, for the yesterday. And that's why my intro is for previous one day. It's still a little bit not enough. We need to press this button, time limitation, and select all weekdays so that the system knows that it actually should report every day at 8 a.m. Okay. So now let's see what is important to know about weekly report. Here, my task is to send the report every Monday at 8 a.m. for one previous week. And here I'm even showing you, for example, today is it's actually not 22nd of August, it's 29th, but okay, for example, 27th of August, you wanted to receive the report for the previous week. So you would be looking from previous Monday till Sunday, from 20th to 26th, right? So this is our task. Now let's switch to the next slide. And we see which setting would allow you to do it. The interval selected, 1 week. We are not including current week because look, if we include the current week, we would include 27th, we would include that Monday. And this is of course for those customers where the week starts on Monday. If your week starts on Sunday, then automatically the system will understand that the days that should be included go from Sunday from 19th till 25th till Saturday. Don't worry about it. So the interval for one previous week, and on the right side, we again want to receive the report at 8 a.m. on schedule. And in the time limitation, we need to select Monday, only Monday, nothing else. Okay, now let's see the schedule of monthly report. So again, here I decided to show you the calendar and explain the way I'm thinking about it. So my customers will receive the monthly report every first day of each month at 8 a.m. And here I'm even showing you the example. So September 1st, they will receive the data for the whole August. Here we see the time interval, and I'm selecting for one previous month. Again, I'm not including current. This checkbox should not be selected. On the right side, I select execution on schedule, 8 a.m., right? And then I need to open time limitation and select first day and all months of the year. So let me even elaborate on it a little bit more. And I'm opening time limitation and see what I've done. I selected first day, so every first day of each month. And how would the system know that each month? I open the months and I select all months. Okay. So that's about it. Then as a result, you have this three examples of jobs. As I mentioned, you can log into that trial account with these credentials and look at the property of each job yourself. Now, the second part of this presentation explains how you can get, not get, but send these reports, the way that your customers will see the report in the file or in some archive, like zipped file, or they will just follow the link to upload the report. And one of their tasks that we'll receive here is getting less emails with the reports in spam folder of your customers. So first, it's pretty complicated slide, and here I'm telling you that there are actually 4 different scenarios of sending the report. And one of the scenario is the default one. That's when you send the archive, the zipped file with the report. Why it's a default? Because when you're creating a job, there's 2 little settings pre-selected, right? So the first setting will tell you compressed report file, and the second setting will tell you that you are sending files and archives. As a result, your customers will get the zip file as shown on this little screenshot. Don't worry, I have separate slides with the screenshots where you can see everything. So anyway, you know, it's a default. There are some advantages and disadvantages of it, and their main advantage is that you can send very big files when you archive them, when you compress them. Including charts, including maps, and including the data for like year or maybe years, depends on how much data your device is reporting, right? Or multiple devices. Think about the unit group that has thousands of devices. And if they don't report too often, who knows, maybe you will send the yearly report for that huge group of vehicles. And you'll be fine if you go with the default option, and that's why it's default. However, many customers would prefer to get the report in the file. And in this case, all you need to do is pay attention to the setting that it says compress report files. And by default, it's active, but you need to make it inactive, so just uncheck it. Uncheck the box here, and as a result, your customers will receive a pure PDF file, or maybe multiple, like one PDF, another Excel, or if you're running the report for 5 different units and it's not a group report, then you'll get 5 different PDF files for each unit. So that also works. Remember, do not do it when you're trying to send a lot of data, right? Then also what's important, and Mohammed, I will allow you to speak out after the presentation. We see some raised hands, or please use question and answer section to ask the question in written form. So here, just remember that no big data should be sent, but also remember that those customers who are using the mobile devices a lot, and they want to watch the reports from their smartphones, they will appreciate that you're sending them the pure file and that they don't need to unzip it. Also, when you're sending the pure file, like PDF, Excel, there are better chances that the email will not get to the spam folder. You will have even more chances that the email will not get to the spam folder if you use their links, right? So there's option 3 and 4. Option 3 and 4 will result that the customer will get the link only, no files attached. And by following that link, you'll either see their PDF file or Excel, you know, HTML, whatever you selected, or they will see the zipped file. We'll talk about these two options in more details in a second. So first, let me show you the big screenshots for the first option, archive, right? So you see compressed report file selected, send files archive selected, and this is the result. The report is ready, zipped file. Now reports via file, so I just unchecked that box, nothing else. And as a result, here's my PDF file. And the next option, so here I'm not changing anything in the parameters, right? It stays as default, and I'm sending the zipped file. Yes, wrong screenshot. So here I supposed to send their file. So here the screenshots are a little bit confusing. So as a result of this option, you would supposed to receive the email with a link to the zip file, the way that I'm showing you on this screenshot. Right on the bottom, you see it's a zip file. And if you decide not to compress the reports, then you will receive the link that will have extension PDF, like on that screenshot. So sorry about that little confusion. Then what else is important to remember, as you can see in the body of that email, it says that the report links expire after 10 days. What does that mean? Your customers should download the report and store it on their computer. And if they didn't open the email during the next 10 days after they received it, that means they won't be able to download that report, right? So keep it in mind. Right, so links are really good when you want to avoid the situations when the reports are getting to spam folder, but keep in mind that expiration period. So that's pretty much all. And again, here I'm constantly repeating you about that trial account that will be available maybe like 5-10 minutes after that webinar is over. You can right away go and see these 4 jobs, right? So in these 4 jobs, what I'm highlighting, each job represent the different option: file, archive, link to archive or zipped file, right? Or link to the file. What's important also to keep in mind, even so you can see the properties of each job, you cannot just simply export these jobs to WP and then import them to your account. No, you just need to follow the same steps, like copy it manually, because these jobs are linked to the specific units or unit groups, and they are also linked to the specific reports. So since you don't have the same units in your accounts, you won't be able to copy the jobs that easily. Now comes a very interesting part of this webinar, and it's related to ability to customize the email template. What is the email template? What are we talking about here? And then why it's somehow connected to the advertisement. Let's see here. This is the screenshot that again represents you the PDF file. Why? It doesn't matter which file we show here. What is important here is the template that says your report is ready. This is the template. And this is a very simple default message that your customers will see in the body of their email. Will they be fine with it? Most likely yes. But here we're giving you a very nice opportunity to make that template a little bit better. So which screenshot you like better, this one or that one? I hope that one is looks better because it gives you more information, and this information will be changing, depends on the name of your report. Your report will be not called trips and parking, it may be called driving behavior, some other, so that will automatically change. The same way it will change the unit group name or the unit name. So here, trips and parking for my fleet, probably is what is missing, unit group. I could add that to the templates too. So that report name and that unit group name is also added. Plus, we can add any custom text that you want to add. Here we're offering to contact support if there are any questions, or maybe email to support. But think about making a custom template email when the Christmas is coming or when Thanksgiving is coming. You can also congratulate your customers with these upcoming holidays, or maybe tell them about your promotion, some interesting information about your company, links to the website, and so on. So I hope you like that feature, and let me show you how you can use that. Where exactly you set it up? You do it in CMS, Management Interface. All you need to do is to log in as a user who has the rights to modify the account properties of your customer. So it doesn't have to be top user. In my case, it's some email reports admin user. And here I want to modify the account properties of account that is called email reports. That's the account that you can log into. So I just double click on account name and I open account properties. Then I go to advanced tab. You see advanced tab is highlighted, and I enable that checkbox that says custom letter template, custom email template. And that's where I just entered the information I wanted to enter, like all that information about have questions, contact support. It just entered manually. While the report name and the unit or unit group name is auto-populated because these two tags are used. So here you see there are more tags available, and you can use them if necessary, right? So you can add them, and then it works the same way as in the text of the notification. It can be easily modified, and it can be modified for each account separately, right? So you can copy this text and go to account properties of another client, and make sure that he is also enjoying this custom templates. So again, as a result, that's the body of the email that I have. This is pretty much all that I want to cover today. And thank you so much for your attention.